Oh, hey there. This is Robin Hatfield coming to you today to share some thoughts from Acts chapter 1 and verse 4. It's about a promise. Jesus is about to return to heaven, ascend back to heaven. He's leaving his final last words with his disciples, and they're words about a promise. And in verse 4, it says this, and he, that's Jesus, being assembled together with them, that's the 120, commanded them not to depart from Jerusalem, but wait for the promise of the Father. Now, there are three very clear points in this verse. Number one, there is a promise. Number two, there is a patience associated with the fulfillment of the promise around the word wait. And then there is the foundation of the promise. In this case, it says the promise of the Father. So that's a very sure, steadfast promise from heaven for the early church in the upper room. But for you and I, we have lots of things that we are hoping for, or promises we are holding on to. And so we have to hold them with the measuring stick, as it were, of this verse. Is the promise really from God? Or is it just something that I desire? So it's got to be sifted. And then I came across a quote that really helps us to understand finding out the source or the foundation of the promise. And I'm just going to read it. You cannot know the desire of your heart unless you know the heart of your desire. So I repeat it again. You cannot know the desire of your heart unless you know the heart of your desire. And so, in other words, where is the source? If it's of God, you're on solid ground. If it's something that you've just desired and you're hoping for and you're believing for, it's a promise that you hope will be fulfilled, well, then that's a different matter. Now, the second thing comes under the word wait. The first point was, it is from God. It's on the foundation of the promise of the Father. The second point is the word wait is the sovereignty of God. You see, we're under that also. So when is it going to happen? Well, that's up to the sovereignty of God, the timing of God. And the timing of God is always the right time. For us, it might be too long or whatever, but it's the fullness of time. You see, in Galatians, it says that in the fullness of time, God sent his son. So it's got to be the right time. God knows the right time for fulfillment of the promise that he really has given you that comes from the Father for you. And it's not from your own heart. And so Acts 1:4 is, as it were, a formula. There is a promise, there is the patience of the promise, and there is the foundation. It really is from God. If those three things are in line, then you can wait with confidence and with a patience and see the fulfillment and the goodness and the fulfilling of God's timing. And in the meantime, be blessed as you wait, and the Lord bless you.